enkomo sronko last week ye share enkomo biase but enano ye twaso in another angle ye ne Reverend DO3 IK Ezra amen here na eba be twetwe enkomo emunim say first den kan be hu no be na all correct sa waji uniform by see the uniform nim and he's in the capacity of a reverend, not in the capacity of DO3. I don't know. Yeah, but Abekasa Afa once I started last week, I say strategic strengthening basic institutions in the society for peace and progress. And I kasa about marriage and it's the biblical way and whatever about marriage last year. And yeah, Bekasa Afa enemies of a satisfying marriage. Enemies, and a marriage could be a satisfying. And some of the son who attempt for enemies are a Reverend Ezra Eba Becheche and Anape Nuntino Mpacho you assume. So if I pen no paper now what trust any bay as out our rear now oh dear no and yes satisfying in a way no I and man now satisfied the pay what Reverend Eba catcher and pay now say satisfying so I know I listed down enemies and say be but who say I dear baby a enemy to me pay and what draw and tem na mamma how satisfying marriage and if it's our rear dear beer one shey our rear betumi akum nipa ntem our rear to me ma hypertension our rear to me ma diabetes kra bi our rear kra betumi ama our rear to me ensem bebre e one hwe ya heaven kra one hwe ya odi our rear chi heaven or heaven kra wonko na se wonya ne ye nso dia one hwe ya wonya ne ye our rear betumi kra de wako heaven wonya ne ye our rear etumi ma won kwatenten ene apomudin enu nti no marriage is a very dicey issue when we are talking about it. So yeah, we are not far from the truth, and I say we are not too wrong to get Reverend Ezra to do honest to this topic for us. Reverend, me watching. Yeah. Esam our kwaba. Yeah, na bom to say. Yes, adum. Me ho ye pa. Reverend Olivier, yes, I wadu do. Oh. Ni ba bra so home. Ah, me I jealous. Me I jealous. Olivier no wadu. Bra no home. Olivier no wadu. Me I jealous. This are the home. And I bet you are better. You see the home be any say YEBOAH. Na ye ndwuma pa wie dia na betimi ahome ama. Aha, e me de say odi ahye wo say ye ndwuma pa. Nti enye wo bia na home wa chire. Okay, Reverend. Last week you share enkomo biase we are strengthening basic institutions for peace and progress. Into no our rear one of the basic institutions in the society. So we are dealing with marriage. Last week you shall say and ye babekasa about satisfying marriage and I say enemies of a satisfying marriage. But meaning say last week what can you dear but to the ensha see free ho. Say ya kasa marriage krana our rear kasa no e den na ebi aye satisfying and san empty ensha see mfi aware. Say kasa aware ma ware me ko ware. What is it about? Me da say madam was so this akonye ya odi ama say ye metri adwene wo one of the basic institutions of our society. Because nama ansa so much here for so if so mu ni wa ye ni ho na nia question abusa am say aware edanum say can say yen hwe no free krisosum ana chokronkrom nyankopon bo onipa niam ogbo nyina o se eye nazo obema oni ne hukafo no se enye na ade bia nyankopon baka se enye so na enye okay ebize se wiase se wo pese wutimi nante kodu akiri dia wo pese o kontem dia nko akọ na wo pese wutimi kodu akiri dia unu obi nko. If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go with somebody. And that person is either your partner. Now, if you say, "Eye oba ni obema omwanyini onyankwala." No omwadwini mu do. Na ombe yo omwadwini say ombetra se wonkwa na nyina. Na what trust wonkwa na nyina no. They will say that say enam say Kristo say nipa
ye okra ni padua ntino I was say sawari no we will share everything with the aim of a holistic development of each partner in the relationship. That's marriage.
Okay.
Indeed, we are sharing everything, virtually everything.
Everything.
Now, we more share with the aim of holistic development of all the members in that marriage relationship. Say, or how we now bar. Say a share, I lighter, we can carry together.
Okay. So me kwana say was me so 10 kilograms. Me any part to me channel 55.
1055. Now light.
Okay.
Ebia bibi e do adwene asem bi how. O ka chiro bi pe. Who na me ka se me ka me dia kire wo a. Ka beto dia so bo.
Okay.
What you say?
Okay.
So, as I saw many people catch up, but what happens is that a man is so relieved. Indeed, in marriage, a year obani obema, mentally mature, spiritually mature.
Until with age.
Okay. Chronological age. Oh, that's so be is no yabofra. But you na yabofra.
Okay.
Hey. Indeed, say you can say our will be a it is not to do with chronological age,
but maturity.
Maturity emotionally, psychologically, spiritually, financially. You are ready.
You are mature financially. And no can when you
afraid now call obiho akojisika and now cost no. Indeed, Christo our remu. So your casa running a satisfying marriage. That means that this order is intact. So our communication, we are sharing our feelings. Oh yeah, me baby, and yeah, oh once you bra, adia we are saying a yeah me. Me can only went into my view, so you are combining the words coming from my mouth and my body language to make meaning.
Okay.
You share ideas. You share thoughts. You share beliefs. The way we look at this world and interpret things that happen to us. If you have a 40 beliefs, we are in trouble. And this is a case awaria, but in four, and your body or bar, say we can fracture. Tinana make us say the same pensua, we are say a bedroom. Some make our one some head in a bar. But yeah, GD for a dear. Near Yanko Pong, she say, you know. And no who knew dear Nayo, and who was some good to the council. Minting can be for fraud. And young Qualanso, a warrior. Say, we can fracture and I are for. You must be mentally sound. Integrants will be PRA, Nakofana, it meets your money. Okay. Because it doesn't have what it takes to decide. What you are doing is against the person's will. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Until when Yatimi Ashasani Menina say Nipana in by all standard, Ninyame Sunsu Esipicita. It influences the sharing of everything. Then you can say that that marriage is satisfying marriage.
Reverend, satisfying marriage, dear. One man, we say what material and fine. But at what point can we say marriage way and yes satisfying? Because even though the opposite of what you have said is the norm. But I'm in a marriage. We communicate, we do everything. But when it comes to maybe I believe religious and I say faith wise, is that marriage not a satisfying one?
Oh, provided our differences is not having negative impacts, then we can say satisfying.
Okay. Okay.
And say the enemies okay. Anything outside, anything that is imparting negatively on our decision to move together in Christ can be seen as something we need to talk about.
Okay. It's something we need to talk about. Young free the enemies. Sanya wama yati asi na say our rebi a menfa say ewo Christo for our rebi no should be a satisfying marriage.
Sure.
E was me was our rebi ma me who say I am enjoying the marriage but I'm not enduring it. And me person me enjoy my marriage. Na yenya hu say enemies wo yati say enemy na say bibia ekwetia manije and say bibia menji manije nintum. What are some of these things are enemies to the satisfying marriages?
But that's it, sir. You can say a town for any our ADSC. Or town for your day. Or town for no. Nebuta any say near ye piano ever say. So okay, John 10:10.
Reverend Pachano Wama or the Soka Krama.
Okay, John 10:10 hono. Ye say Christo kan say onu de oba say ye benya
down kwa
na ya nya broso na momo cell phone de SKD oba say obewia wakum na wasai
and I say friend SKD near them
say SN still kill and
destroy. Oh, okay. And this or time for the broth for SKD.
Yeah, that is his mission. Defined under these three keywords.
Okay.
SKD.
Okay, to steal, to kill, and to destroy.
And you know, the button say, Biara ekosu biara no ompe. Iye biara no nkofo ni age no ompe. And you see, I can see a better enemies of satisfying marriage. Yentimi nka wase mu ha. O de yen say, wo a oti ho yi no. Wo ye hunhun. Wo ye okra. Wo ye dipadua.
Yeah.
But let us move it from that angle and say that you are a biological being. You are a psychological being. You are a social being. And above all, you are a spiritual being.
Okay.
Inti say, you bet you satisfied marriages now. Sad domains in 9 years, I'm can you for
biological, the social.
Them.
Okay.
And then deal with them. Intina counseling no you know. Say nye to na akoto to papa so a e adwuma pa.
Okay.
I was here hwehwe sa ne nyina. Okay. Biological domain, you former doctor for medical doctors and one share home. But we can also know that the biological domain with knowledge you bet me can be who asem. But in discussion, but see a town for nipa dream nipa dream.
Okay.
Psychological. Ni ahwe social no. The spiritual so we. Dibon say aware ya was say enka menu yetimi share. Bibi to me a meeting ba ho. Na watimi aka wanjuta mi kunu kwadwezo a. Okwan a onimi dai na mu mani nyi ho. Sabi ka fra che mi ya wire mi ho de bia adena de bia obada won mi yesei. Okay, but ebi am ntiminka. Even inside, what is motivating that behavior that is becoming problem on you in the relationship? What I say? And to see a share psychological domain now. E ho ye niema bebre. Na me woman ma identify 10.
Okay.
Wo nipa nipa adwene in nchira simu a ebema na ye render satisfying marriages impaired. Okay. Nti ye say si ye psychology kwa yencha say the personality inclination of an individual. Temperament no to was separate. Yeah, temperament and the mean can asem ne. Then the personality inclinations and disorders in the way you think, the way you behave, and you give a feeling. What do you say? Now, your friend will be MSD, and here a psychiatry for as a book that they use what they categorize disorders of all kind, mental health issues. DSM-5. Yes, I say DSM-1 and someone do DSM-5. Diagnostic and statistical manual disorders. Sabuku. Now, more shako is not identified. Adrenia horo beye edubia ema ware enye peyo. Eya mpepe no na ya rush to spiritualize it. It's not spiritual. It's not all that spiritual. Anytime I have my problem be a spiritual connotation, you can't find the right solution.
Yeah. Tina amada bia ye call ye nampai boso ye bompire. Also my bompire I mean who should so because the cry spiritual.
Yes, right. That's a problem nankasa na ho. Nti one omo group na ho 3. First 3 group ho. First 3 group, second 3 group and the next one here 4. Nti 10. One, a friend of paranoid disorder, personality disorder. Paranoid personality disorder. Sani paro, awade mukurari yetia. Anja Abraham share wani mo. If you atade amasi, you can say fepenan buofu. He always suspect people.
Okay.
Now. Onya someone can't tell because onim ni awo ka kire na ode beye sa nipa we ye ni mu neti ye nsori mu nti ni ameka say wutie mi a ni asopa na tie ni yi
I say onji obi endi ana
eye na wo na wo su nti mi ku bi a me your parenting so ma discussing extensively how as parenting styles produce such people in our societies, and they are all over. So, system no they go to the root cause of the problem. Enti, when you obiti wo kunu yire no, na ubehwe no wakoto den ko mo mane why bibi on kan kire wo. Oye ni mo bebribe on kan kire wo. Why because no suspecting. Now not only that, Sanibano, even when na ye muni nyama his thinking affect everything. Along that nyama bia ema busani aware njane na so no ni nyina se ni nyina paranoid or suspecting when you need to na wo ho a oba no aka cover the ho
say I say on the me the way was me this year was bibia no me
osro
enti no me mo bi kra hu no bi akoye say osro say bi on bi kra to bia na wakofa ana say
fear obetimi di bibia ye no
osro say obetimi aye ni bibi just say ahodaso bi abro su bi
nja ware mu no wa ana ho so ba o bi kra no wa steady
na eno ne sa no na ye say ono so nya wo be ye obi ntu no fo say wo so de be ye na na say how is it?
So what happened is that he's had a schema. He's been brought up to believe that nipa nye.
Okay.
Until wo ho da ho so. But onipa bia no was an element of that But say koye extreme one na ya abnormal.
Too much.
Onipa bia o so timi so anti abrahim me bibia o ye bia sa me hwe wo ye. But say koye so rigid, inflexible. Then it becomes a problem. Nti de bia no na ya standard bia me use me ko ba bia. Then it becomes a problem.
Oni obi tifie kura na ohia bibi na ne me nkoje na bia me koye we obedina so aye me say
obetimi dia kumi obetimi aye me say obetimi aye me say. That is a paranoid to the extreme cases.
Okay.
And studies has proven that a lot of Africans are paranoid in thinking. And what's a extreme? Oh, as someone say, hey, anybody always so show me. So I can say, yes, Mamma in the house are more. But a coye so a year oba who could do a piano and one who get back. Indeed, it affects Okoya over share feelings, ideas, your belief, everything.
I know you're number one.
Number one.
Number two.
A schizoid.
Wow.
Schizoid. Schizoid, you know. Or no, what he thinks is that he loves to be alone. Obi ban when you say, "Na kwa do worry." Abna worry. Oh yeah, bofrano. Mo se me bed on pekasa.
On pekasa.
No say dem na all the machines in the man na ye adwuma. We endorse it, we confirmed it.
Sounds like na wo for no onkwara mo say no hardwin.
Na bibi say.
Okay.
Yeah. Me dem afu say ye du ba bia. Niema ekutia ye wo ye wiase amaya brabo be basa no. We need specialized knowledge to deal with them. Deal with them and uproot them by the roots.
Okay.
So, honestly, no, I am quiet. Unpack close relationship. If you feel crowd, only close family members.
And on sabet make say nipa no prapra ne ho ananya sa.
Say twin dey make us prapra ne ho. Prapra ne ho. Wa na ya force na no aware. Ndi o ware wa imi enna kura na edem de bia no ni dem o nti but na mo benyini de bia na nyame ya na adom no no wadu position mo so position bo society mo nti no sa mo jae a obi abeka nti mo nya da ono ba ni dem no na dia ni bibia.
Okay.
Oh mo bia ha Mr. Mrs. Na obaku wu wa ware ni breo. Oh no, yeah, no, it doesn't. What is that? He's so
that is the normal thing to him,
for him.
You know, or who anything wrong with what he or she is doing. Okay.
In the any kind of social engagement, you know, he becomes so anxious, extremely anxious in social interactions. This is where the social aspect of where the problems in social. You say, "Sani paro warena." On sha unu abusia for quantum by basa. A year to Oma. No. Or your privacy, no any day. Yeah, or bro. Because you that is what you also enjoy. As a schizotipano, you're intrigued, excessive anxiety and fear. Schizotipano. Only also you're quiet as this person. But no, he's clever. He can tell you that whose spirit be the watch. They can claim to have 6 senses.
Okay.
Saying beside the 5 senses, one was 6 senses.
6th one.
And is under extreme stress, that person can become psychotic. It's a stress be a my idea. He will live a normal life. Because to a very anxious person. Our room moba no I no akoche ni dem say graphic no kan ya o kan man aduane a o so he becomes an enemy because he's not sharing anything.
And in marriage, so communication is one key.
Communication is the life wire that sends, it's like oxygen to the blood.
Okay. When it comes to marriage.
Oh, yes. Communication. Say bibiara ebema yasetra the communication carry is to you. Until the schizoid type of person tipa no onu besides say or suspecting for na on share feelings with others and all those things, you know. He's that type of person who's na shop who say wo spirit be the wachi me no da kra na be brem sunsun ase this onu say okoye so for the na worse now we send your boy wakwa pa.
Oh, okay.
That is one. That's the three of them. Fourth one, be narcissistic. Oh no. He must always be the center of fashion and everybody must praise him. Or extreme sense of you know no ko be na bia onya position na
everything should evolve around him or her.
Narcissistic. And the BBA any it doesn't share anything.
Okay.
It doesn't share anything. Adia kra atete no onko pran to no. He keep things that have no sentimental value.
Me the Anthony has to be there.
Tina ne ma fin wa hodo. Wa hodo. Ndi wo nse wo pese ofie kura ye kama no ye ne ma
well ventilated no see there be me dia
we dia mini wa grow
me na de ma me so de ma me ntino wow you see so the arrangement of marriage na nkasa no a sa ne ma nyina ba mu ese no dependency die ba ko no ye dependency. What is that? Some tick on us. Or tarot.
Because marriage you must be competent contributor of ideas.
Okay. Competent contributor of ideas.
And everything. So, you see, the woman is a suitable partner. He is not a servant or something. You should be able to contribute something to the relationship. The man must contribute.
Okay.
This is Bema Amitifi. Na I fear say bibi a may be criticizing me ntimi nhwe. Na fe me ntimi take decisions. The woman suffer role overload in the form of stress. Do you say the bia no ba no bre. Se ba san so be the bia no be man so bre. The dependency. You depend. You cannot do anything, think on your own. Because you can't think on your own. Because you cannot contribute, be a competent contributor of ideas to make the relationship better, you become a burden.
Reverend, Obi say no say you can say procrastination. Does it come to play in what you are talking about?
Oh, procrastination will come under temperament sanguine. They procrastinate a lot. Procrastination is not. It is to do with your temperament.
Okay. Okay.
So you will not. You know a dependency disorder that dependent personality disorder no. No. And yes, all be procrastinating. On your cry. It doesn't have what it takes to even initiate something, let alone to ensure its completion.
Completion. Okay. Because on the day out so, yes, yo.
If you are doing a cry on one, or maybe so here day.
Send the opinion or per opinion.
But when it becomes a way of life.
Okay.
Always want validation from others. No, you become a problem.
Because you don't have confidence in yourself.
Yes, my worry dear, because you are a problem. You are a burden to the normal way of things. You are impeding normal way of doing things in that home. I think because of your it might the answer see this all back counseling to me I assessment near the answer is oh yes maybe I know people are not aware say the thinking pattern no is producing impairment. Because the center responsible for you to know that is not working. I will say more.
And you know, nipa no na wo for say enye no, he doesn't see anything wrong with it. Ono nim say that is the right way of doing things.
It's wired.
Okay.
But it is creating problem. And to be to say paranoid, schizo and sotipano, the correction here ding. It is take the Holy Spirit. There are other therapies you can do consistently, but it can even take you about 6 months when you are dealing with such problems. Because on one casano, paranoia no bano. Why not do you say you can't tell one? He will keep all the informations that you used to help him. Next time, maybe
because when himself all come back over the bed to the betiano.
Say, I brought you there. One who's a word you may say, and you fail. If I don't correct this problem that is creating problem in my workplace, I'll be dismissed. Interpretation, they compel them for counseling, and very expensive.
Okay.
Compel them because such impairment in thinking, is who can destroy your work. Our aim, say, and destroy will be until be a mile.
Destroy crime, the panel, until be
sanity. Sanity. Nabaku yefeno obsessive compulsive disorders.
Okay.
I don't know. Share Auntie Abraham. Say if it's about ritual washing, and you walk. Sisemi kafra je nem kurana. He associates death with ena. Nti one da obe ho ne ho sa nti no ma no na kwa in the first place. Na ko ba so ko horo ne ho.
Bibia ye fi ma.
Ye fi. Ne nsa obe hohoro ne nsa sa. Oso wem nu ahohoro. Oso wem nu ahohoro. Say ye dan ya. Ewurade okwa no aba so edanim. No aba so edanim. No aba so edanim. So if it's checking, so it is to do with checking and washing. Ya wo nyina wo ya ware mu omo ye mfie mu o me yiri de o prapra ne hu o is an obsession.
Okay.
O prapra ne hu he wonya free no fie pe no apra ho oni de da
twam ha o baba pepa ho
abrante bi ware obisa na abrante ni busa akoko no okunu because he associates how can see a man no position so until you no na on fa no for counseling so ya hwehwem ya boa
na nipa no kora no o ka say counsel no mo man force of force na o ye ne mo onye because be ka say no bia be ha wo say o siesie ha na yese nti wo nya sa no mo force wo mo no wo defect.
That's right. Engineer me bubo so nyina no say a year order of how you do your things then becomes a problem. Bakumu your friend no histrionic. And most no a time mapa. And we also dressing to attract attention of people.
Oh, okay.
And always trying to be the center of
attention.
Every attention. It's our room crown now. Say we know our attention. Na entokwa.
And the man na yare.
Ndimo unze histrionic no especially akwala nyini. Na abesha every one business especially Maria no. To be say we sa no why endorse it. Not the nyini. The studies has proven that this way persistent and rigid way of thinking can create impairment in all manner of relationships and especially marriage.
Not just me funny say bibia wo yama no brusu bia no issue. Bibia brusu bia say obesen ahunidie also obi to me di huni but Because say, and I will find. Not just say there is an issue with it. Reverend, what my say it is all over. We are living with such people, and you know, let me come to say obi any obi satia. How do we cope with such people? But answer na ebeko hono. My can't be about finances. Okay. You will start to know can say even maturity you should be matured in finance. It's mean if let me use the word poverty. Is it also an enemy to a satisfying marriage? Yes.
It is so say say psychologically we are. Now you're about social no. You need to be discussing under social. Because you are a social being. And you are expected to behave in a certain way in society. Okay, our area may be worry we. You be kwa ye, you be kwa sorry. You call you be di, you can't say you be di. Enti se nyama nkoso yi a. Se socially no. Nkofo ehun mi say me a deviant.
Because Nkofo coming to me
Nkobi. As at least baby a yebe kobi a mpabo bi a brantie. Watalie bi a ja abaya no so no ntuma bi a presentable wafa no kakra. Nti we should see poverty as an arch enemy of bibia to oba no na busia mu. Obi egu. And can use oba na wa na nya nkuto na
ware abusia nyina.
Bi a nya nkuto na nya oba. Oye akwalama na wofo.
Okay.
Tise BBC a obechesi ka bisa wo so otu bi. Na de bi okon wodi na tama officer na ni baja ware. Na de kura na okofa ware be mu akogba mu kura na ejese BBC abusua mu kura na
untumi meboa untumi nya hwe.
Ndi yenhwe bo sa de nyina se bibi to obema no na oba no so ntimi anko support wa. Financially a manu nyamo ma ho. Ya anunyam ba ho wabusua ni mu nyina. Me gaza me bra bi wawu nyame fa na kransie na obi ye bibi wabusua ni mu na o ka kire me se hwe kwajo odi obo mmode na aye adwuma we tebi kakra mo obi a o ma dwi nya bese sam ba ka se aduro ho bentuma bi ya ma
afi so na we
na jintuma ye ba no akoba ko se kwajo
Samansia. Me pesa me be phone lines no sisi 0244231707 0244231707 aware ben e na wote ho sisi a den e na edi wunya e wo waware mu utumi efre sisi a reverend ebetumi aboa na anu ye bi wo ho watumi ayi anu ama se na be ya aware no instead say de obe kobro nsam jim na at least to me the work of heaven obi catch me that could be say yes unsa bible say yes odun nsasin be ko heaven and so odun nsam yunu be ko hell nti sa ware na ye unsa ba ko na ontwantwene
yes ana Christian
ene ye nko but na me bisa say people that send traits abubo so nyame nim say bi akade but we want to find solutions. Say we are living with them.
Yes.
If I am living with somebody like that, what do I do?
Yes. I'm saying so here your next topic, you know, is to look at how to something like that. The abra ye mati for ni confusion. Ye share satan for ni ntimi hwe omu nyina.
Ntimi hwe omu nyina.
Now how to deal with it, you know. I think it's another chapter. I mean, say the next one or so.
Reverend, Mamin Koko for Idria, Emra, na many Berima Ba, and Cotton Como. Hello, Berima Ba.
Ba.
Papa, net is saying.
You want to go them. Look, me, and who I say you.
That's Berima.
And some of me require you have to send an ocean community.
Okay.
Number ya na metu afro wana.
Me pa choka say we na oni me producer akasa.
Yo. me pacho no kwani me da penina si yi pa no nsama o kan utie bia hu se apo pa na o mayen na me bia me hawa ne se me yire so pa cause me no ba was switching in chatan sa ya enemu no na me break akra me bisa no se ono experience bensa ana ya me tumi afem me bro
na papa me pacho okoware nurse sa na sa ware animu no wabeya kase ama na bro sa
oh no onsusa but I'm saying ja me sika na ama na kase sa ana
okay yo reverend
me no producer nkasa
me pacho one nkasa reverend ayi obi ni mo say me yiri yiso nti na me bre enti ose ne yiri so
oh was a question is oh I'm not saying it here
also your shane sika na ba na dia no dia yekesesa
yes but ni na no we are saying bibia no betimi aye hu bibia mana me say verse na me so you can work on your weight nti weight ni dia no enye hwe
nti omonya exercise
and I be start bebrebe o ho a ofre offline so I betimi na chi bi
okay
can see there say bibia oh na say kase efe wo
kase
na wa ko ware oba no wa fon a so wo ko mokura bia beka
etoro bi so na kase ni bi nso ya abro so
oh enti na under control but bibia eso in moderation bia na efe
enti no say e bia me de from my female point of view no say wo ire no eso sa wan kasa be ma no boa no say exercise anapa mame esisi ahomachi bia pese ye sori ye ko walk ye ko brace walking kakra na jogging kakra ba kakra say wo hwe na eso a wontumi embe a ba say so na say wotumi na bia wo pe more skills dia ewia reverend de the number betu dwa na reverend a church emu nyina na wo so watumi
wa obetumi aye na kese no ma enye enemy emma aware you need to enjoy it.
Okay. Reverend Yedasi ansa na call no call na ba beba na obobo nyema bi so amayen
enti ye be se ya hwe nipa ni mu ti ni na adwene mu ne nia o betimi aye na de amaware no emu anije no atu afiri mu no ene ye ka ba na social aspect no and America say poverty is an enemy in that environment nti abusu aware de mu ware a enye aware mu unkase sikanti anase you can even still work and take care of the marriage and the marriage and nya ze wo me manya ma adwene say me ko ware oba wo pesika and am yire so anya adwene say opo wo be o sika as we develop ourselves na ye ko no money will come along the line
na develop na sika se me bia nipa mienu ye share ba kwa na dwo so de so nya dwuma bia no de aboa na ekoye ba kofo asede ana se ba kofo asudi a what's then do we do
em say nkomo aye die no eni nyina eboa ama the institution of the family and marriage one of them no ejina na so nti adesua bebrebe wo ho obi etimi sua se ne ye pan no obi timi sua se ne se wo ye ice cream near nkete to be able to generate certain level of money enye mika say enye nkwala de ware eye mpanimfo a who are mature in all levels and ware nti say wo nye wa from de na wa ma aye problem ma ware no ene de because we look at after 1995 and Professor Benebi no enye na omukun ba ko bi o commission no mo ye research bi wo University of Ghana no mu say a ma and a equitable most burden in families and a ama mofra boni adoso manimu nti in our social ayino we must seriously work at improving on ourselves say yemfa kwadro ne ware eyadwuma aware yadwuma
eyadwuma
yes mimi hu aware say in the Bible can a very serious problem be about or my more. A Ntina, you need to have very serious attitude towards marriage. A serious thing. In the social aspect, I say, if problematic socialization can produce somebody into marriage, that will become an enemy to the relationship. So, when somebody is awfully socialized, na oko warena, so I call it an help victim of dysfunctional home.
Unhelped victim.
The counselor, will help to identify that no, you are a dysfunctional product. That you can be a good material in marriages when you are purged of this dysfunctionality. Obu ebi ane papa ne mama gya aware. Ndu hu kura sene obema ni obatena. All these things are learned. Learn as we grow.
So bi okro bi otifie no hu se da bia ne papa bo ne maame. Tini di onimu ne se oba de o ware na wo se wo bo no.
Becomes a dysfunctional, he become an enemy of abuser in a relationship. All these things are enemies in the book room. I can extensively about me put and say me identify me equity. How does person become abuser? It's learned from the home.
From the home.
Me papa bone mama hu mama ni papa pepe nti onyi a hu say it is a normal way of practice, so we are quiet. Nti it becomes an enemy in a marriage. When you are a product of dysfunctional arrangement, you become an enemy in a relationship.
Wow.
Yeah. And in counseling, premarital counseling, we can help you to identify the dysfunctionality and resolve them before you enter the relationship. And yes, how do you run more? You become an enemy to the relationship. What do you say? Now, in that same arena, if somebody even can become low self-esteem, and also a problem, baggage in the relationship. Now, see a share, you have psychological, social. Social also never will be war. And I make us say, a quite bad. And you relate, and you even say, you might because a cultural trappings. So unresolved cultural differences.
Okay.
For example, me ti ebe kakra, me ti twi so kakra. Na me hu say yakobo bi a, oh, eha va. Ono so waba. Se o ka ebe mu say eha va la. Na da ka me gbe chon, bibi an say wo ho. Na o batwum ka se ono so waba. Ono so aba bi o. Eye. Nti say mo be ware na o free different cultural background now. You should be able to identify the cultural trappings and resolve them. And yes, the vessel of communication is contaminated.
Yeah.
As someone will transfer by in my auto car, trim now, Metias, and what did it matter? This is me no kwa. Maybe I know him didn't say no kwa, but in so say, O Casana, O Cano. I wouldn't say yes, to me, so unresolved cultural differences can become a huge enemy in a relationship. Okay, yeah, but yet in crying. Me culture me from Jezebema, me nhuru kwansimu, and I me nhuru ni emom. Ibi am yiri ye aduma bi oba late. Kudu fia na nkuku mu nyomo mo ye fi me. Bema nhuru kwansimu pa bema bewu. C'est cultural idea. You are a slave to your culture. Until when you are slave to your culture, you become a problem in the relationship. Because the relationship, you must share work and do and make the home light. This is Obano Akobra Wabana and Atobekano Bibia in Tokwama. It is if you are culturally sensitive and socially intelligent, what happens is that you pick up certain responsibilities in the home to make, so you say we are sharing.
Me fear the Bema pra.
David.
So Ben if you na how you feel some fa pra na me pra.
Bema nkosumuna so. Enko to ball you.
0244231707 is the number. 0244231707. You go so a train mo course no na Reverend ansana Reverend Bema ni mushuru mpacho ma calls na emra.
And this all ko adwuma na bia na wa refuse bi wa abekoto refuse dam wa. No. Ndika hu say wa huru ne manim. Oba no be huru ball an so soko. Bia na kwala anya mamu kura yo. So me no ya beta ni say you just in a family Nioma my many year churugu people so na fatare na talim one meeting you have also have a meeting in the home my friend am friend family meeting and say na minta anya me nioma maduma course so na me eye kase a chairman na minti minye tro nioma no ma me no to atale so osi nioma no wa tro wash of wa tro the pia bom washing of cleaning no de ye
sweeping
nioma nyina fa bo ma me no ho nioma obi bia fa bo nipa no na bisa ho say what is the weight on the person? And one man call say, go and pick what you can do. Go and pick. You the man, what can you pick from
what the woman does? Oh, say, we know. Is it going to be blamed? What's it cultural? But me trying to say society. Ye fimono. Oba ne chefie. Oba ne ye way.
Society no. So when we say culture, it is the way a group of people think and behave. That's the way of doing things. And in the society, it's culture. So culture is the container of everything you do in a society. And if you become slave and you are not properly, ebi ameka say baby a baby a mi fi me ebi a mi baby a mi fi baby so fi baby me mo wa bia na ya ko ye bia na sa nipa na mo me ma say me ye de tabu ya mamre mu no tabu na oba no say ya mamre mu so we nye say what you say and mun kan say you are no longer in that conducive environment.
Da mamre mu na me fear dey say
no support. Does that mean my village?
So you have left and you have cleaved together. You are doing something new.
And remember that you are also not in that same community again. So you are one crying. Yes, this our community now walking distance. No kunsuwa, anakwa fomwa. No akoto bola gu chance mu nte sa. So ukwa fomwa, ukosumura so so bola no. Na wa hwe agu na ukwa fom. Nte sa. No. Oba no kwa aduma.
Every crime fifie nta na wo fifie. And I pay phone lines na higher kakra but ya mama time kakra ka hunti me ko so aye twem se call ne ba na drop it. Timpam cho mo fra munya abotre enyina so maye drop nso na wakate ne ntem se ne be ya obi nso fra ono so betumi ewra mu bi. Enti no cha se ene no settings ne nte setete de.
Settings na sesa.
Ahomache ya sori a wonam ha na me so me nam ha. Enti no be ma no ebin oba no ebin.
Sa the basanso a you say you are to share, and anytime you share something that thing become lighter and easier to manage. And wherever you decided not to share, then remember that somebody or say I just want to see nipa ba so any
to show me no many
and say you look at all those things are ever impede the flow of positive sharing of everything. The social and maybe a time when they spiritual.
Reverend, as an about spiritual, verbal abuse, falling under high.
It's a psychological
because obi oho Bema nipan obi to me more because of the verbal abuse at the opponent when partner no etumi edema no na wo ye hwan wo de hunyo obi a enti the more the person is hearing it no na for me another kind of lifestyle manipa no
ma mi bia Campus University say we hear counseling as a master's level. There's a course called abuse. Ma mi bia friend now Professor Ford. God bless you. It's a course on its own. Abuse. It's a course on its own. I will say any form of abuse is misuse, and it's only human beings that misuse. No animal don't misuse. So anything that you misuse, God is used. You add mis to it, you are misusing it.
Okay, now that's abuse.
Abuse. So the misuse of even of sex, misuse of words. misuse of anything that you misuse become an abuse.
Okay.
And you see, as some or say, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will not. It's a lie. Professor Ayi Ajakumawo, University of Ghana, or say, you want, or say, Takramakam, Echen, you want come, Takramakam,
come. So, some will be a back or the fin and no back can't to a chance as a can correct.
Oh, it could faster than any other thing. Into any form of abuse is a serious, it's a topic in this book.
Okay.
There's an animal mouse already here. There are topics that I specifically look at. You say, and never for me who say the enemies of our relationship are numerous than ever before. Because what is supporting our society has given way. I must be frank with you.
Wow.
What was supporting our marriages are no longer there. No. Now you are nimdia four. I saw four nimdia four. Say I saw four no be grad now ban say problem no ton because of scanning or ton oil amount. Now the media say oil be something follow me. Nti say oh no can say wa ware asay wa dwuma ton ade ye nto nyema nyina wo to ye na wura free suba bone na ya nyema ye bobo so nyina no eye nyema ye die nyini say ye pen pe masibra ye be solve obi ye free ho ni ba no say oh
obi nyumo so oda sorry no ndu na wi asori akosofo say bompa ma menya adwuma en say ka cho sorry ahomache na ko for application ko no ye say baje oil baje handkerchief
Nyankopon ye morning pipe say on kan ye ho because mama nioma any problem ba ware mu no eye niema Nyankopon ma hu nimdie ai betumi aso ano na me pesi kantinu na me say ma ton oil ama oil no say says ma make say that person is wired to think in a certain way and his thinking is producing problem in the marriage. So when you reverse the thinking, when the thinking pattern is correct, the person becomes a holistic person and a fine person to live with.
Reverend, now say spiritual, I am for spiritual and more sort of funny uncle.
Eddie Obiti Obakasi or some Kasani ma okay nyina say nka open for masibre. Next one ingredient of satisfying marriage. And when you be resolve sani
okay.
And it's spiritual no. What controls what is sin?
and if you dance to the moon say because